Are you struggling with the decision of choosing the right nursing home for your loved one? It's one of the most important decisions you'll make, yet many people unknowingly make mistakes that can affect their loved one's quality of life. The truth is, some families focus too much on cost or appearance and overlook what truly matters: the care, the environment, and the staff. This can lead to feelings of regret, worry, and even a decline in health for those who are meant to be cared for. But don't worry. In today's video, I'm going to reveal the 5 worst mistakes people make when choosing a nursing home. I'll share expert advice and real-life stories to help you make an informed decision that ensures comfort, safety, and peace of mind. Stay with us until the end. This video could change the way you approach choosing a nursing home for your loved one. Mistake number 1. Choosing a nursing home based only on price. When it comes to finding the right nursing home for a loved one, many families fall into the trap of choosing based solely on price. On the surface, this may seem like a wise decision. After all, when you're dealing with the costs of healthcare and elderly care, it can be tempting to prioritize affordability. But what if I told you that the cheapest option isn't always the best choice? In fact, it could end up costing you much more emotionally, physically, and financially than you ever imagined. You see, when families focus only on price, they often overlook the other crucial factors that make a nursing home a true home for their loved one. The truth is, choosing a nursing home based solely on cost can lead to serious consequences. Often, these homes may have lower staff-to-patient ratios, outdated facilities, and limited amenities. More importantly, it could mean that your loved one is not receiving the care and attention they truly need. I want to share with you a story that really highlights this point. It's about a close friend of mine, Linda, who made this very mistake. Linda was looking for a nursing home for her elderly mother, and like many people, she was understandably concerned about the cost. She found a place that was affordable and seemed to check all the boxes at first. It was close to home, and the price was right. So, she made the decision to move her mother into this facility, thinking it was the best option. At first, everything seemed fine, but soon after her mother was settled in, Linda started noticing some troubling signs. The staff was overworked and seemed overwhelmed by the number of patients they were responsible for. Linda's mother wasn't receiving the personal care she had been promised. The facility itself was run down, with outdated equipment and facilities that didn't live up to the standard Linda had expected. Over time, Linda began to feel more and more concerned. She realized that her mother was not being taken care of in the way she deserved. The nursing home simply couldn't provide the level of care she needed, and Linda was left feeling helpless and frustrated. After several months, Linda made the difficult decision to move her mother to a new facility. This time, she chose a place that was more expensive, but the difference in care was night and day. The new facility had a lower staff-to-patient ratio, more comfortable and well-maintained facilities, and a team of caregivers who truly seemed to care. It was a hard decision for Linda, but ultimately, it was the right one for her mother's well-being. Linda's story is just one example of how choosing a nursing home based solely on price can backfire. While saving money up front might seem like a good idea, it's essential to remember that when it comes to the care of your loved ones, the cost of quality matters far more than the price tag. Cheap options may save you money in the short term, but the emotional toll, the stress, and the potential risks to your loved one's health can be far greater. So, what should you consider when choosing a nursing home for your loved one? Instead of focusing only on the price, think about the quality of care your family member will receive. Take the time to tour different facilities, ask the right questions, and make sure the place feels like a safe and comfortable environment. Look for staff members who are genuinely attentive and trained in elderly care. Ask about the staff-to-patient ratio to ensure that your loved one will receive enough individual attention. Pay attention to the cleanliness of the facility and the overall atmosphere. If the facility looks or feels run down, it may be a sign that the management is not prioritizing the care and comfort of the residents. Also, ask about the amenities and services that are offered. Does the facility provide personalized care plans for each resident? Are there activities and social opportunities available to keep the residents engaged and active? A good nursing home should offer not just medical care, but also opportunities for residents to maintain their quality of life and independence for as long as possible. Another important factor to consider is the reputation of the facility. Don't just take the staff's word for it. Talk to current residents and their families. Find out what the real experience is like from those who are living there. If possible, try to visit the facility during different times of the day to get a full picture of how things are run. Linda's decision to move her mother to a better nursing home, despite the higher cost, ultimately provided her with peace of mind, knowing that her mother was in good hands. But it was a hard lesson to learn. The truth is, when it comes to elderly care, you can't afford to cut corners. You are entrusting the well-being of a loved one to this facility, and the price you pay should reflect the quality of care and comfort they will receive. Remember, quality care and peace of mind are worth the investment. Don't let price be the only factor you consider when choosing a nursing home for a loved one. Look beyond the cost and make sure that the facility you choose offers the highest level of care and compassion. If you're in the process of choosing a nursing home for a loved one, I'd love to hear from you. What are the most important factors you're considering? Are you struggling to balance cost and care? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's keep this conversation going. Your experience could help others who are facing the same tough decision. Mistake number 2, not checking reviews and feedback from past residents. When it comes to choosing a nursing home for a loved one of the biggest mistakes people make is not taking the time to read reviews or seek feedback from those who have actually lived there. It's understandable. The idea of finding a place that looks clean, has friendly staff, and offers a good price can be convincing enough. But the truth is, what you see on the surface doesn't always match the reality. If you want to ensure your loved one's comfort and care, you absolutely cannot overlook this crucial step. Reviews from current or past residents, as well as their families, offer valuable insight into what life is really like at a nursing home. While a visit to the facility can give you a general idea of the place, it's the feedback from people who have experienced daily life there that will give you a clearer, more honest picture. After all, a well-run nursing home might have a great-looking lobby, but what happens when you're not around? How are the staff members when it comes to personal care, or when your loved one needs extra attention? Let me share a story that really illustrates the importance of checking reviews and getting feedback. A few years ago, a family I know, the Johnsons, found themselves in a difficult situation. They needed to place Mr. Tom, the patriarch of their family, into a nursing home. Tom had been battling a few health issues, and his children felt it was time to find a place where he could get the care he needed. After visiting a few nursing homes, they decided on one that seemed promising. The facility was well maintained, the staff seemed friendly, and it was located close to their home. They were reassured by their tour and felt it was a solid choice. However, they made the mistake of not looking up reviews or speaking to other families who had experience with the home. Months went by, and Tom's children started noticing some troubling things. While the facility looked good, the reality wasn't as ideal. Tom's room wasn't always cleaned properly, and there were frequent complaints from Tom about long wait times when he needed help. When the family visited, they noticed that the staff seemed overworked, and many of the residents were left without adequate care or attention. Tom even mentioned that several of the other residents had voiced concerns about the lack of staff and how it affected their daily care. The Johnsons were shocked. They had based their decision on the positive impression they got during their tour, but they hadn't taken the time to gather feedback from those who had actually experienced life at the facility. Had they done so, they would have learned that many residents and their families had similar complaints. Eventually, Tom's children decided to move him to a different nursing home, one that had much better reviews and a stronger reputation for quality care. It was a difficult decision, but it was the right one. By the time they made the move, they had learned a valuable lesson. The reviews and feedback from current or past residents can tell you a lot more than any brochure or tour ever could. What people say about their real experiences can reveal issues that might not be immediately obvious during a visit. This story teaches us a crucial lesson. Never rely solely on what you see in person. It's essential to look beyond the surface and gather information from multiple sources. online reviews, discussion forums, and conversations with people who have lived at the nursing home or have family members there can help you uncover details you might have missed. Take the time to check out review websites like Google, Yelp, or even Facebook, where families and residents often share their honest experiences. But don't stop there. If possible, try to visit the facility at different times of the day to get a sense of how things are managed when the staff is less available or when the facility is less busy. This can give you a clearer picture of how the staff operates on a regular basis. Also, consider talking to other families who have loved ones at the nursing home. If you're able to, ask if you can meet with a few residents and ask about their experiences. Are they satisfied with the care they're receiving? Are they able to participate in activities and social events? Do they feel safe and well cared for? Getting honest feedback from real people can give you peace of mind that you're making the right choice. In some cases, you might even want to check with local health agencies or ombudsman services who can provide independent reviews or reports on specific nursing homes. These agencies often have valuable insights and can help you find out about any violations or issues the facility may have faced in the past. It's important to remember that nursing homes are not just places where people go when they can no longer live independently. They are meant to be places where your loved ones receive the highest quality of care, respect, and dignity. Choosing a home based solely on first impressions or what the brochures say isn't enough. You need to know how the facility really operates, what the staff is like, and how the residents are treated. Checking reviews and feedback from others is one of the simplest and most effective ways to ensure that you're making an informed decision. It might take a little extra time, but it's worth it to ensure that your loved one will be in a safe, caring, and supportive environment. If you've ever chosen a nursing home for a loved one, I'd love to hear your experience. Did you read reviews or talk to other families before making your decision? How did it influence your choice? Leave a comment below, and let's continue this conversation. Your insight could help others who are navigating the same process. Mistake number 3, not visiting the nursing home multiple times before making a decision. When you're searching for a nursing home for a loved one, it can be easy to think that a single visit will be enough to make a decision. After all, you tour the facility, speak to staff, and get a general sense of the place. It might seem like you've seen everything you need to see, but the truth is, choosing a nursing home is not a decision that should be based on one quick visit. In fact, this is one of the most common mistakes people make when selecting a nursing home. Think about it. A single visit might give you a good impression of what the facility looks like on the surface. However, it's during the day-to-day routine that the true experience begins to show. The atmosphere, the staff's availability, the level of care, and how residents are treated all vary depending on the time of day of the week, and even the season. If you only visit once, you're missing out on a lot of important details that could influence your decision. Let me tell you a story that really highlights why multiple visits are so crucial. Sarah, a woman I know, was facing the difficult decision of finding a nursing home for her mother. After doing some research, she decided to visit one particular home that had great reviews and seemed like a perfect fit. The staff was friendly, the building was clean, and everything appeared to be in order during her visit. She spoke to a few employees, and they reassured her that her mother would be well taken care of. After this first visit, Sarah felt confident that this was the right place for her mom, so she decided to make the move. However, after her mother had been living there for a few weeks, Sarah started noticing some things she hadn't seen during her first visit. The weekends, for example, were a completely different experience. The staff seemed stretched thin, and there were fewer activities for the residents. Her mother, who had been so excited about the transition, now complained about feeling neglected, especially on Saturdays and Sundays when the place felt quieter and less active. Sarah hadn't realized that the level of care and attention on weekends wasn't the same as it was during the week when more staff were around. This experience was a wake-up call for Sarah. She had made the mistake of believing that one visit was enough to understand what daily life would be like for her mom. If she had made multiple visits, ideally at different times of the day and week, she would have gotten a much more complete and honest picture of what her mother's life would be like in the facility. What Sarah's story teaches us is an important lesson. A single visit is not enough to determine the true nature of a nursing home. Visiting just once can be misleading. Many facilities show their best face during a scheduled tour, but when you visit at different times, you get a sense of how the place functions day in and day out. Things like staff availability, the overall mood of the residents, and the level of engagement or care are much more apparent when you're there during different hours. If you're serious about finding the right place for your loved one, make it a point to visit the nursing home multiple times. Ideally, you want to go at different times of the day, early in the morning, midday, and in the evening. This way, you can see how the home operates at various points in the day, including when the staff might be more or less available. Do the residents seem content? Is the staff approachable and attentive, even during busier or quieter hours? And don't just visit during the week. The weekend experience can be vastly different, as I mentioned earlier. Staff schedules, activity offerings, and general routines can change, and the home may feel emptier or more chaotic, depending on the time. By visiting multiple times throughout the week, you'll get a clearer picture of what life will be like for your loved one, day in and day out. It's also a good idea to pop in unannounced. While scheduled visits are helpful, they don't always show the true picture of how things are run. If you stop by unexpectedly, you'll be able to see things in a more natural setting and get an honest look at the daily routine. When visiting, pay attention to small details. Are the residents engaged and participating in activities? Are they being treated with respect? Are the staff members easy to approach and seem genuinely caring? These observations are often much more telling than what you see on a quick tour. It's these little things that can give you the peace of mind that your loved one will be in good hands. In addition to visiting the facility multiple times, consider talking to the residents and their families. If you can, ask them about their experiences. Are they happy with the care they're receiving? What do they like or dislike about the facility? How do they feel on weekends or during times when the staff may be less available? The answers to these questions can offer invaluable insight. By now, you may be thinking, this sounds like a lot of work. And it is. Choosing a nursing home is an important decision, and it requires careful thought and attention to detail. But that extra effort will pay off in the long run. The more you know, the more confident you'll feel in your decision. So, here's the takeaway. Don't settle for just one visit. Make the time to see the facility at different times of day and during different days of the week. It may seem like a lot of effort, but it's the only way to get a true, honest sense of what life is really like for the residents. Your loved one deserves the best care, and that starts with doing your homework. Have you ever visited a nursing home before making a decision? How many times did you go? I'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences. Share your story in the comments below. Your insights might just help someone else who's in the same position. __. We've covered 5 common mistakes people make when choosing a nursing home. Choosing based only on cost. Not checking reviews from current residents. Not visiting multiple times. These mistakes can lead to regret for both you and your loved ones. It's crucial that your decision is based on complete information and careful consideration. Remember, you don't have to have all the answers right away. But by taking the time to do your research, you'll provide peace of mind for yourself and your family. Choosing the right nursing home is about more than just finding a place to stay. It's about ensuring your loved one receives the care they deserve in a safe and comfortable environment. If you found this video helpful, please share it with others and make sure to follow our channel for more valuable tips and advice on senior health. Thank you for watching.